What's going on, everyone? This is Depressed Sporty Spence 17 here, and I've watched pretty much all the Utah Jazz games so far, and it's been a rough patch. Yeah, I really don't know when we're gonna win a game. There has been, I think, really only one thing in the past 5 games. Well, besides Lauri Markkanen. One player I've really enjoyed watching so far, and that's Kyle Filipowski. The 32nd overall pick from this year's draft. The past 2 games, he has, I think, played the best basketball out of any of the young guys. I think beforehand it was definitely Taylor Hendricks, but Taylor Hendricks is now out for the season. But Kyle Filipowski has stepped in with Lauri Markkanen being hurt. And he has had 2 games where he's scored, over the past 2 games, he's scored 24 points, 13 rebounds, 35% for 3-point shooting, 56.25% field goal, 3 assists in 45 minutes of playtime. He got his first career start last night, and something that I really like about him so far that I've seen is that he seems pretty prepared. Cody Williams does not seem prepared in my eyes quite yet. As an NBA player, I think he might need some G League development time for sure, but it's just our roster is so limited that we would be even worse without Cody Williams. But for Kyle Filipowski, he seems ready. I think that I've been kind of ignoring him because he was a 32nd pick. He didn't really play the first 2 games, so I was like, maybe he really isn't that good. I didn't really watch most of Summer League either, and so I did some deep dive research in on his career so far. And in the Summer League, he had a 26-point game, 11 rebounds, and then also he had a 20-point game, 7 rebounds, and 3 steals. That's pretty impressive in Summer League as a 32nd overall pick. But I also saw a statistic today where the rookies class leading scorer is Bub Carrington, who is averaging 8.6 points per game. Not a single rookie has even scored 15 points in a game yet or played more than 30 minutes in a game. And this is in the team's opening 3 games. No one's played 30 minutes so far. Kyle Filipowski played 25 minutes last night, and he had 12 points. So he almost broke that 15-point barrier for the Jazz in of itself. So that's a pretty crazy statistic. This is definitely probably one of the worst draft classes of all time, and maybe we got a gem out of Kyle. So anyway, if we move back onto college, he played for the Duke Blue Devils, where he averaged 15.8 points per game, 8.6 rebounds, 1.2 steals, 1.1 blocks, 2.2 assists on 47% field goal shooting, 31% from 3-point shooting. But if you look at his year by year, his first year he averaged 28% from 3. Second year, 34% from 3-point shot. So there's definitely improvement there. And I mean, right now he's shooting 45% from 3-point shot, even though he's, I think, only taken 8 threes. But I think his shooting form looks great. I think that he looks confident. He looks confident in being an NBA player, which I really like. Also, something to note during college is he's had 0 technical fouls in his 2 years at college. So his attitude probably is pretty decent. Another thing that I think Jazz fans should really like is when he got drafted, ESPN did a little interview with him because I think he was expected to go in the first round. So they had a pretty nice interview with him where he says that he modeled his game after Lauri Markkanen.
I modeled my game after Lauri Markkanen and Nikola Jokic a little bit. Just the size and speed of Lauri with the IQ of Jokic. I think that's what makes me me.
Now, he did say Lauri Markkanen's name wrong, but that's a good sign for Jazz fans because we like players like Lauri Markkanen. A lot of people have been comparing him also to Kelly Olynyk, where he can be kind of a forwards facilitator. I have noticed this where he can shoot the 3, and he can also drive to the basket, get some good layups and stuff in. So I'm actually pretty excited about Kyle. And then if we want to compare Lauri's stats to Kyle's, when Lauri was in Arizona. Lauri had 15.6 points per game, 7.2 rebounds per game, 49% field goal shooting. So honestly, pretty similar stats in that realm of thing for Kyle and Lauri in college. I know Lauri had 1 year in college. Kyle had 2. He also only played 5 minutes and 4 minutes in the first 2 games, whereas where we gave him 20 minutes to 25 minutes. So I think that we give him the 20 to 25 minutes. He at least for the next few games, because he has been showing that he can score efficiently. He can get to he had some pretty impressive drives to the basket and layups this past game. So I'm honestly impressed. I'm on Team Filipowski for him being good this year. Who knows? Maybe if he averages 12 points per game, he could be Rookie of the Year, just because this draft class is so bad. I need to go and look at and see what the other rookies are averaging. Last night I tweeted out in the game that if Kyle Filipowski scored more than 25 points, I'd buy his jersey. So maybe I'll have that as my season bet, that if Kyle Filipowski gets a game over 25 points, I gotta buy his jersey, I guess. And I'm a man of my word. So hear me out. If Kyle Filipowski scores more than 25 points this season, I will purchase his jersey. I probably got myself into a little bit of debt with that, because he probably could, especially if he only goes up from here. So anyway, this is Sporty Spent 17. I should have an interview with Coach Palotti from Lahti Basketball in Finland out by next week. The edit for my documentary is going pretty good. It's looking like it's going to come out in December, just so everyone knows. So about mid-December. But anyway, everyone take care. Let's go Jazz. Let's go tank note, I guess, even though I hate tanking. It's so depressing. It's so sad. Why does the NBA do this? Anyway, take care, everyone.